podcast where musicians tell nothing but the truth about gigging life. Today we have a very, very special guest with us. Everybody give it up for Elisa Cipro! Woo! She's a fellow singer, born and raised in Italy. And you moved here in 2015, is that right?
Correct.
Oh,
You know it all.
I did my research. And I read that your love for the stage started very early. So at the age of 4, you were modeling for your sister.
Yes.
Fashion creation. What is it? So what? Talk me through it.
Oh my God, that's a really long time ago.
Yes. So you knew already that you wanted to be on stage.
No, I didn't actually. So they put me on stage.
Right.
And I was standing there and looking around like, what are they looking at? Why am I here? I have a vague memory, you know, because I was 4 years old.
Of course.
But then it was later on that I decided to be on stage. Actually, when I was like 12, 13, I started singing. And my elementary school teacher and my sister as well, they were like, come on, you should sing for the public. And I was like, no, I want to sing for myself. And that was me until I probably started like singing on stage 20 years old. So very late. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you actually performed on stage? Because I remember mine and I was absolutely terrified.
Yes, I do remember. It was like a little town competition, and I was scared. I was really scared, and my vocal technique was okay. But my breathing wasn't fine, so I remember I probably messed up everything. I remember pushing so hard, especially because we were waiting for a long time and I wasn't used to, like, it was a competition, so I was waiting for like hours. And
I know exactly. Oh my gosh.
And at some point I was just, oh my God, this is it, I don't want to do it.
Like, you kind of want to be the first, but you want to be the last at the same time. You want to like get over with, but you also like, okay, let me find the courage to do it, maybe in a little bit. And
so
what did you sing?
Well, I sang I'm Out of Love by Anastasia.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I was talented, but obviously my talent was raw. Then like auditions and competition became my worst nightmare. And I never liked auditioning.
Oh my gosh, no. Do you know, even today, after years and years and years of experience, you know, you play in front of so many people, you do so many different gigs, but if I know that there's someone judging me,
I'm the same.
I forget everything. Who am I? How?
I am the same, exactly the same. It's annoying. Like,
it must be rooted like somewhere deeper.
I think. Insecurity, but also why is people actually judging me? And but they are not actually judging you. Like, you know, I did some of musical theatre auditions, and they were not judging me. Right now that I'm older, I know that they were just looking for the right fit for the role.
Yes.
But it was hard to understand. In the process, growing, in the business, understanding, and it wasn't about me, but it was about what was right for the moment.
Absolutely.
And now that sometimes I'm on the other side, like I work as an agency and I choose people, I understand, and there's nothing personal.
What do you think is the best and the worst part of like gigging life?
The best part is waking up late in the morning.
Yes.
For sure. Having a flexible schedule for sure. The worst part is having a flexible schedule. Have no idea what is going to happen in your life.
So relatable.
Unable to make plans. Even for, I don't know about you, but for me, about my personal life as well.
Yes.
My, in relationships.
Absolutely,
And,
because then, you know, like, whenever everybody's celebrating, you are working.
exactly.
Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, Easter, like, everybody come to dinner, you know, come for lunch, and then you're like, well, I'm working, you know, and even like weddings and stuff, like all these celebrations that you miss because you have to work, you know, when everybody's out there celebrating. That is
basically, yes. So
it's something.
I was thinking, like, not even like big celebration, but just weekends.
Oh yes,
like the weekends, which are normally the part of the week where you interact with other people that are not working with you. So that makes you kind of stick to the people that you work with.
That's true.
Right,
That's true.
so your circle is always like inside the job and related.
So your fellow musicians kind of become your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you normally find musicians? Like, you start a project or you need a dep. What's your best way to find someone you can rely on? Do you always like play with people you know, or has it ever happened that you played with someone you didn't know?
I did play with someone I didn't know, but regret.
Yes, because this is my next question.
Oh my, okay.
So, have you ever played like with someone who messed up your gig so bad that you were kind of like?
So yeah, in recent times, I had to dep. You know, I have a band.
Yes.
So I had to dep someone. I'm not going to go into details.
No, let's not. Unless you want to.
No, let's cut it. No, so yes, I had to dep someone. And obviously I'm the singer, so I'm standing in front of the audience. So I cannot react. So everything I hear from behind,
you need to let it go. It's not happening. Everything is fine.
Carry on. And there was this time I was so ashamed. I was really feeling ashamed.
Oh, I know exactly.
That I was like,
you kind of want to cry.
What is going on? Like, I didn't like anything that this guy was doing, or the sound. I'm very picky, I know, but not the sound, not the notes, not the rhythm. Nothing was right.
Oh dear.
Right. So I was like, okay. So that makes you probably think that should you accept a gig in those conditions? So like, is it better to not do the gig?
Exactly.
Or you still need to do it? I don't know. I never found an answer for that. If you have it, please.
Well, no, I don't think I have an answer, but I definitely have a question. As in, I've been wondering, because I found myself a few times in that situation. Like, I wanted to cry so bad. Like, I was trying to keeping it down. I was like, it's fine, you smile. And the thing is that then you have to make up for it. Because people will understand that something is going on, you know? So you have to be extra good in what you're doing. Yeah. So, and I thought, and I'm asking you, do you think in that occasion, so someone is accepting a gig, but they don't deliver, do you think they should then be paid less because they haven't delivered the job? Or do you think they shouldn't be paid at all?
I think...
I mean, you accept a gig and I send you the set list, the playlist, everything.
Yes.
this is the vibe, these are the songs you need to know. And it's like, oh yeah, I know those. The classic answer, oh yeah, those are the standard and function tunes, you know, like, or whatever it is. And you're like, okay, this guy knows. But then it comes to the gig and he doesn't know. So it's not really your fault. You trusted him, you gave him the gig, but then he still gets paid, although he completely messed up. Is that fair?
So, okay, we should probably differentiate between like if you ask the musician to play a function set list, then if he says he knows it, like that's really bad, and if he doesn't, like it's really bad. Maybe in my case, yeah, it was like, you know, we do Italian music, so people, the musicians hired are normally Italians.
Yes.
So if they know the song, they should probably know the song because they've heard it since they were children.
Yes.
But also there is a, you know, when you have a band, you should rehearse.
Yes.
Okay, so that's kind of compulsory. It's different if you do like piano and vocals, or guitar and vocals.
Random gig, you know, and you're like, are you kind of free tomorrow for this gig, you know, which is happening a lot nowadays. You know, I've got a gig, you know, in a hotel, or, you know, last minute function. Can you come it? Can you do it? And, you know, so I think...
So it depends if, you know, the structure of the song is quite obvious. If I ask you to play I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Yes.
If that is one of the songs in the set list.
Like 90%.
Okay. So if I ask you to play that song and you don't know the song, that's really bad. Like, honestly, how...
Or if, like, you're like, okay, and he's like, what's the next song? And you're like, okay, we're going to do, like, Birds of a Feather. How does that go? And you're like, oh, dear Lord.
So he doesn't really...
Dear Lord, please.
Know it, yeah.
Please, no.
Yeah.
You know, like, I had...
Yes.
Not too long ago. Like, this happened to me not too long ago. And this guy was just like, okay, we're going to do, like, I don't know, I Want to Dance with Somebody. It's like, can you just tell me, like, what's the rhythm like? Okay, or how does it go? And I'm like, well, da, 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 and it was like one time, twice. The third
okay,
song,
so the whole set list.
Let's say, let's say yes.
No,
a lot
so
of the songs.
he probably had a listen to the songs.
Yes, but that's the thing. A lot of people do that. You know, they just listen to it and they're like, okay, this is easy. So they just download the charts. They don't really listen to the structure much. So when there's a bridge, they're just like, oh shit, I didn't really listen to that, you know?
And they underestimate the work of the singers.
Absolutely.
Because we learn, because I have eye issues, so I can't read. So I learn all the lyrics.
Ooh.
I have to.
Wow.
That gives me a lot of freedom, you know, in performing and stuff. But it's also an issue. Like I cannot play something that I don't know by heart, and they underestimate what we do. While
absolutely.
I mean, and we don't underestimate what they do.
Absolutely,
like
yes.
they know. They need to know
it's crazy,
everything,
work,
the structure,
yes.
the chords progression
and
everything. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
should you pay them? Yes, I mean, you should pay them. You should not hire them again, but you should.
Okay.
Because it was actually your responsibility to make sure that the person you were hiring had the skills that you needed. Ooh, I sounded like an HR administrator.
I did a little bit. But you know what, like most of the times they're like, oh my God, they send you like 1,000 videos and you look at the videos and you're like, oh, this guy's good. But then they come to the gig and they're like...
You should know them play in your
yes. And
play
you
on
know,
your sofa
yes.
once, at least once.
I know. This is something I'm learning a lot, because like sometimes you really need like musicians like on the go, you know, and but I'm really learning right now. If you don't know them, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Like you need to really trust them. Honestly, some gigs
Now
literally
they're gonna hate us, like,
I
you
know.
know.
No, but we love everyone. We just love everybody. You know? How is singing life and gigging life affecting your life? Because you have so many things going on. So you have an amazing Italian band called Italian Radio Society.
Yes.
You have a cabaret show as well. You've been taking like around Europe as
I
well?
used to a lot, and now I still do cabaret. I'm gonna be leaving for Germany for a couple of months, so I'm gonna be there doing a cabaret, a circus show. So yes, I still have that. How do I manage? I don't really know. My life, it doesn't exist anymore. Now, my personal life, it's tricky. Like
They really blend together.
I cannot like visit my parents in Italy as much as I used to. I like my life is really focused on what I do, and I struggle going to the even to the gym. Like,
oh
you know.
my goodness. Yes, it's
So I don't know. I don't really know. I think you should put boundaries, you know, and trying to make time for some things in your life that are important.
yeah, to make you feel like a human and not just a singer or
Yes.
someone that's, you know, on stage.
And also to progress, like to, for instance, learn another instrument
Yes.
or do something else that is going to contribute to your career, but you don't make time at the moment,
That
you know,
is
and you
true.
should.
That is true, because sometimes I do feel like I'm stuck in a like an eternal like loop.
Yes.
Because you know, like you got that gig, the other gig, and you keep on doing kind of sometimes the same thing over and over, you know, and you really feel like I don't know what month is it, I don't know what day it is. I haven't been doing anything else, so I completely get it. I think it's really important to try and cut a bit of that.
You should try. It's not easy because, you know, we live in a city that is. It's fast and it's demanding, like even financially demanding. For a musician, it's not easy to
Absolutely.
to not run towards the gigs.
That's true. That's true. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely challenging. There are so many things like that I would never give up. Like I love my life. You know, when you're like, I can't believe this is my life.
Yes.
You know? Mm-hmm. But then you think, there's some other things that I wish I could kind of like, you know, implement to make it a little bit better. Like to be a normal person, you know, to have like a normal week, know what's going to happen. Because today someone is going to, you know, text you and they're like, are you free tonight? And you were like, well, I thought I was free tonight, but now I have a gig. So if you did have plans, those are going to go in the bin. Yes. You know, it's just like, but which is very exciting as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, and also it can affect your relationship, because if you cancel the plans with the friends, it's they're not gonna understand probably.
That's true. So, what do you think is something that non-musicians, something that they don't realize, something that normal people don't realize about like gigging life?
I don't think they understand at all. So they don't understand anything that we do. Like, yes, singing is cool, but it's a job.
It is
so
a job.
You have to do it even if you are upset, if you have problems at home. If I had this friend, I remember I was in Monte Carlo and working for a big venue, And this colleague of mine came to the gig, and she said, "My dad just died."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh my God,
Oh, no.
how do you do it? Like how?" And it was crazy because, you know,
No.
I was in a worse condition than her. Like she was like really, I don't know, holding up, but
Oh my
like
gosh.
she was there and she did the gig, and I was like, "How did you do it? Like it's incredible."
Oh my
Like I could, I don't know, I could never do it. Maybe I could. I don't really know. It never happened to me, likely.
Yeah.
But yes, you carry on despite what is happening in your life, and they don't understand how long we had to train to get there.
Exactly.
So they see, oh, yeah, you sing, like everybody can
Yeah,
sing.
you go on stage, you just do your thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
It takes so much of your time, so much of your money, because you know you want to buy good equipment.
Exactly.
You know, and you want to maybe
Costumes.
Exactly.
For females, it's everything, like costumes, makeup, and
Hair, jewelry, and everything. Absolutely.
Show business, and the more you get older,
Not
the
us.
more, no, definitely. The more you get older, the more you need, like, you know.
Absolutely. Makeup
And attention to your skin and all the treatments and lasers and stuff like that.
Please,
Well,
no.
that is something like no one talks about it, but
That's
you know,
true.
it's very
That's
easy
true.
for
Oh my God, your skin
Beyonce.
is beautiful,
Thank
by the
you.
way. Oh my gosh.
It's very easy for
What are you
Beyonce.
using? That's true. That's true. They have like a team. They
Yeah,
have
a team
full
and resources. But for a normal
person,
a normal...
they have to carry their own equipment and, you know, do their own hair and makeup and everything.
And
Gosh.
it's, as you were saying before, it's very competitive. So I noticed, because I work as an agent as well, so I noticed that if you have like an older singer and you have like a younger one, venues always prefer to push the younger one.
Yes.
And they only choose the older one in terms of age, or like stage age, if they need someone experienced.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that is quite controversial, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Like, I remember playing in a venue and... should I say? No.
You can say it.
We're between friends. It's just a chat, you know? No, but like I remember they were very strict. You know, they were like, you need to wear like like makeup. You need to actually wear like a red lipstick if you want to sing.
Yes.
And I was like, well, what? You know, it's just. I understand you need to have your presence. You know, you need to have, but like forcing someone. Especially, like, particularly, you need to wear red lipstick because that makes you like, you know? Like, I kind of found it a bit...
sexualized.
Yes, very much so. Which, being a female singer, you know, we see it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I have seen plenty of venues turning the kind of like roster of like singers, you know, from like... My God, that singer was amazing too.
Influencer singer.
Yes.
I know.
I was like,
I know.
What is this? No, I swear. And I was like, she can't even sing.
Yeah,
but she's blonde. She's got her, you know. Am I saying too much? Anyway, it's fine. I think that is quite hard. But yeah, people do not realize all of this and all of the emotional baggage as well. You know,
True.
apart from doing all the work and having to take care of everything. So, but yeah, hey, what can we do? This is the life we chose for ourselves. If you were to give a like venues or agencies an advice to make our lives better, like musicians' life better, what would you say?
Give all the details since the beginning.
Please.
Give all the details because yes, we can figure out immediately and not wasting our time.
Yes.
You know, that's my advice for sure.
Okay, that's fair, okay. Anything else you think?
Try to actually promote music.
Yes.
And not, like, I understand you just want, some venues just want entertainment.
Yes.
But we're doing a highly specialized job. And it's offensive sometimes if you are just focused on the client, the customers, you know, the guests, and not the artists.
True. Because sometimes you get there and people are like, "Who? There's live music." Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You should have known.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
To entertain you. You know, that's exactly why you're here. Yeah. Or isn't it annoying when you get there and they're like, "Okay, turn the music down a bit."
Yeah. Oh my.
And then you're basically like singing like unplugged.
God, that's so annoying.
You're like, why am I here? Just to move on stage, basically.
That is one of the reasons I would leave a venue.
Really?
Like, yes, like, I can't. I don't know about you, but it makes me sad.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm super good with entertainment,
Yes.
but if you ask me to turn down the volume and basically disappear in between tables and dishes, I don't see the purpose of me being there. Why don't you just play a track?
Yes,
At
absolutely.
the volume that you choose?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I literally, the first thing that I say all the time. I mean, I'm glad to be here because you're gonna pay me, but especially if you really love what you're doing and you have passion, and on stage you light up on fire. You kind of want to deliver this passion, but sometimes they're like, okay, just
yes, but you know, from the point of view of the venue, like, am I actually paying for an artist, or am I just paying for a model?
Yes.
Who stands there?
I think it's for someone to look at.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is pretty sad.
Yes.
But wouldn't you say that, like, majority of the venues nowadays, unless you go to, Ronnie Scott's or
yeah.
like
music
Boysdale,
venues.
Music venues.
Even then.
What did I say?
Oh my God, even then. I would say a lot of stuff, like jazz clubs in London are changing as well.
You found you see a difference.
Yes, because obviously they need to fill the room, so they need to make money. They need to make it worth the while, and it's the financial crisis. It's global, and it's also in the UK.
Absolutely,
it's affecting venues and consequently artists as well.
Yes.
So I think it's all like related.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, do you think, because we're talking about financial, some venues, they change the fee depending on the day. So let's say on a Saturday you get £100.
Yeah.
But it's a Wednesday, you will get £30. Why? What do we think?
Yes, I think it's about, the classic demand and offer, because on Friday and Saturdays, more venues do entertainment. And so as a singer, if someone offers you 100 and then you have another venue offering you 150, then there's more competition. On a Wednesday, instead, less venues do music, so maybe the fee is less for that reason. Do you have? But you're thinking something else.
No, I'm thinking because I have plenty of venues that do that. Like I play in the same venues, and on a Saturday they have a fee. On a Wednesday they have another fee. I think that's the
reason.
But it's not fair because
true. Because you have a price.
I'm literally doing the same thing I would do on a Saturday.
That's true.
Same time, same level of skills. Why are you paying me less on a Wednesday? Yes, it's quieter. So, but if I come here and eat on a Saturday because it's full, will I pay the steak less? No, I won't. So why are you paying me less on a Wednesday when I'm literally delivering the same that I'm going to deliver on a Saturday? And this is something I am very passionate about.
There should be an actual...
I really feel it in my heart, you know, like it's just, I think it's just respect. And I do understand, you know, financial budgets, but it's appreciating someone's job, you know? It's like you won't pay a chef on a Wednesday less. Because it's, you know, he's going to cook less chickens, you know, so why are you paying me less?
That's true.
What do you think is the right pay for a standard gig? Let's say in London, for a, you know, a standard 2:45s or 2 hours.
For 2:45 for a singer, for one singer.
Yes.
For one singer, 2:45.
Or nowadays, really, the standard is like 3:40s, which we're gonna talk about that another time.
3:40.
Yes. I don't know how that happened, but
3:40.
Yeah, that is delirious. That is delirious.
Okay, yes, so London is getting tough.
Yes, definitely. This is the life we live.
Oh my god. So, for do you want to know for 2:40?
Let's say 2:45.
2:45. Normally, I'm gonna... So
what do you think a fair pay?
What I think is fair, it's between what I think is fair and what I think they could pay.
Okay.
So I think 350.
Sounds fair. Yes.
400. 350, 400 for 2:45.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Love it. Listen, you guys. Listen, you guys. Take note, okay? All right, well, I think our time is up, Elisa.
Aww.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure. You will find Elisa's info down below, so links to your page, link to the website, so please do get in touch, and we will see you next time. Bye!